ongoing robbery at Southern Bank. Suit up.
Some big boy stuff.
Whoopee.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Popcorn Crushers. I know you guys are surprised to see a new face here, but I'm a versatile person, and trust me, one fun fact you guys don't know about me, I love movies a lot. I mostly fuck with Hollywood movies, but today I am here to review a Nollywood movie, guys, because they have made me proud. Like, they actually made me proud, because I know today watch Nollywood movie because of like cliche storylines. You know, the acting is always boring, dialogues are flat, but this one is an amazing one. And you know, there was a lot of buzz about him when it came out. You know, I first thought it's one of those Nollywood movies that you know, you could just go watch. At the end of the day, you can predict the end from the beginning, but this one was different. Like, the storyline was basically something common, you know, but it's the way they told the story, you know, the action, the dialogues, the acting, the representation. It was crazy, and it ended perfectly. For me, it ended perfectly. Well, I'm here to review Brotherhood, guys. Brotherhood, an amazing movie produced by Lukman Ali. This movie was very mad. Like, actually very mad, guys. It was a very good one. And you know, this guy has directed movies such as the Soki, Sugar Rush. That was like the last confirmed Hollywood movie that I saw that was like legit. But let me not talk too much about backstory. Let's dive into the movie, guys. So the movie talks about two brothers, right, that grew up on opposite sides of the law. They lost their parents when they were very young. Crossover night, actually, to New Year's. Crossover to New Year's. They lost their parents, and you know, it was a very tragic beginning, because you know, we had them go through such a traumatic experience. They grew up with their auntie Ronke Oshodi. This she was like the caretaker and guarantor for these two brothers. These brothers happen to be none other than Tobi Bakre and Falz, the bad guy, for Larry Falana. We don't know who cares about his real name. Falz, the bad guy. Well, they delivered these roles perfectly. They played their roles perfectly, because like Falz is known to, like, you know, act the funny guy with the funny accents and this thing, but he delivered a very serious role, as he played a straight up SWAT officer. Like, straight up, no jokes, no funniness, no, just business there, and business, you know, a straight and clean person. While Tobi Bakre played the opposite role, which is his twin brother. He played a very notorious, not notorious criminal, a criminal generally, but like, how will I even, let me find a way I'll explain this movie to you guys that I'll not spoil it, because I'm a spoiler alert. Well, moving on, guys. So I've already talked about the beginning. The direction of this movie was amazing. So let me just get into the hot gist. You know, I'm just gonna give you guys some basic tea that will just make you want to see this movie, right? So let's get into it. So like I said earlier, Falz and Tobi Bakre, they grew up. We have Akin and Wale. Akin is Tobi Bakre, Wale is Falz. So like I said you guys earlier, the story is about two brothers, you know, who found themselves on the opposite sides of the law. So we're gonna start with Akin. Let me start with Akin, which, like, it was the main protagonist of this movie. So after serving a couple of terms in, he came out and found out that his brother had followed a career path in the direction of law and order. He found out his brother had joined the SWAT team, and you know, after a conversation between him and his guarantor, which happened to be Ronke Oshodi, right? From the conversation, you can feel this heated vibe, right? And he's like, instead of following the advice, you know, stay away from bad things, stay away from criminal activities, he decided to join a very popular and notorious gang in a movie titled named the Ojuju Boys, right? Because Akin was like a mastermind. He was, because of his networks and connects from prison, he was able to mastermind their next heist. It took the Ojuju Boys robbery scene to the next level. So an incident happened that made Falz start to investigate the identity of the Ojuju Boys, and this is where their wars came clashing together, because it was the point where Akin and Wale's life started clashing together, because they obviously didn't get along, based on they were on both opposite sides of the law. Well, after joining the Ojuju Boys, Akin happened to fall in love with one of the members who happens to be Tony Tones. He fell in love with her, and they had their own romantic thing going on. Whereas Wale as well fell in love with no other person than Dorothy, ex Big Brother Naija housemate. So she was also a cast in this movie. She played the daughter of the police detective, ASP, DSP. I don't really know their ranks, but she played the daughter of this thing. So she was Wale's love interest, whereas Tony Tones was Akin's love interest. Well, it was like a very, very action-filled, romantic, like it cut across different genres of movies, basically. So like, the major collision was when Wale proposed to Dorothy, and we had this scene in the trailer where Akin and his boys, the Ojuju boys, stormed Wale's wedding. Let me not spoil it. I was about to give you guys a spoiler there, but they stormed Wale's wedding, spraying money, and this raised a lot of eyebrows. And where is this money coming from? Because obviously he's his twin brother. It can't have money and then your twin brother does not have money. It was a very, very weird scenario, and it raised a lot of eyebrows, being that Wale's guests were a lot of police officers, and Akin crashing the wedding with the Ojuju boys, spraying money, smoking, and all that. It raised a lot of eyebrows. Well, fast forward to like the final heist. So like after crashing Falz, after the scene where like they crashed the wedding, like I said, they raised a lot of eyebrows, and a lot of investigations started going on. But fast forward to the final heist, it was an amazing direction in terms of cinematography. The lighting was perfect. The SWAT office, we had this warm feel of like very, very limited light and a lot of desks. It was very, very crazy. The director really took his time with this one because the interpretation was very perfect, and the transition between Third Mainland Bridge and the Ojuju Boys hangout, it was an amazing thing because we could follow the storyline. The cinematography was top notch, and the acting at that point, the action, the suspense was amazing because you would be at the edge of it. Me, normally beginning of movie, I don't finish popcorn, but see, I've been holding this, I haven't even taken a bite because I'm so excited talking about this movie. So fast forward to the end, the final scene, we had a collision where SWAT and the Ojuju boys had a collision during the final heist. There were a lot of shots fired. The cinematography at this point, blood spewed. It was an amazing things. There were headshots, body shots, and the representation of those bullets piercing, unlike the normal Nigerian movie where you just see seconds after, that's when the person falls. And the cinematography was very, very good at this point. And I'm not gonna spoil the end for you guys, but we had a very, very epic scene, and it was like a setup for a sequel, because there are a lot of questions and anticipation, a lot of things that we need answered. But the movie ended in a very, very nice way. If I was going to rate this movie, I'll rate it an 8/10 because it didn't really follow, like, based on it has a general cliche plot, which is twin brothers, a good and bad cop kind of situation. It was really represented in a different way. The cinematography was good, the acting was nice, the cast, the dialogue, everything was very, very okay and on point. I would really recommend you guys see this movie if you haven't. It's a very, very good one to spend your weekend watching, and trust me, you can't go wrong seeing this movie. But that's all I have for you guys today on Popcorn Crushers, and until you see my face next time, bye for now.